Hi, everybody. It's Michelle Gates with Alleviate Nutrition. Today, I want to talk to you about bloating, feeling gassy and belchy after we eat meals. This is a common complaint that a lot of women experience when they enter menopause and perimenopause, and a lot of men do midlife. So basically, once we hit midlife, our 30s and 40s, it is a very common complaint that we start to feel very full and bloaty after we eat meals, no matter what we eat. So today I want to get back to some basics and talk about our digestive system and discuss 5 tips that we can do to alleviate that bloating and gassy feeling that we get after we eat. So first off, I want to mention that as we hit midlife, a lot of our digestive system enzymes, hydrochloric acid, is produced at a very lower level than what it was when we were younger. So it's these enzymes and hydrochloric acid that break down the food when we eat them. There's also enzymes in our mouth as well. So first thing that we need to do is we need to think about what we're eating. We need to chew very well. So you've heard that before. Digestion starts in our mouth. So by chewing our food very, very well, most of the work or a lot of the work is already done in our mouths. So making sure that the food is broken down very well. I think they say to chew 45 times each mouthful. That's a lot, but do what you can and chew very well. In addition to that, thinking about how quickly foods digest in the stomach. So let me explain that. Proteins, so your meats, your heavy meats, your red meats, your pork, even chicken and fish, they take a long time. They can take up to 6 hours to digest in your stomach, whereas fruits and sugars digest very, very quickly. So thinking about that, think about when we have our fruit. If we have a nice fruit salad after dinner for dessert, and our meal was a meat meal or heavy meal, what happens is that food is sitting in our stomachs. And what happens is when we have the fruit goes and sits right on top of, as your stomach's trying to digest your meal, the fruit's sitting on top. It's trying to digest, but it's actually starting to ferment. Fruit ferments very quickly. So what's happening is that fermentation is happening into the right on the top of your stomach there. It can produce gas. It can produce bloating. It could produce hydrochloric acid to bounce back up into our esophagus, which often will cause heartburn. So thinking about when you eat your fruit and your desserts, having it before your meals is a better idea. So 30 minutes to an hour before you have your heavy meat or protein dinner. So that's first suggestion to do. Now thinking about the fluids that we drink. So often we will have a big glass of water with our dinner, or some, hopefully not pop, or a drink with like lots of ice. Pop is terrible. We'll get into that one in another video. But cold drinks. So having cold drinks actually slows down digestion. So the other thing, that having a lot of fluids while we're eating our meals will actually flush out the hydrochloric acid. So something that happens I think I mentioned this, and if not, I'll just mention it quickly again. When we enter our 30s and 40s, hydrochloric acid slows down, so we don't produce enough enzymes naturally. So if we drink more water, it's going to flush those actual natural enzymes that are already being produced by your body to start digesting your food. So suggestion is to drink a good glass of water about 30 minutes before your meal. And then just take sips during your dinner. Don't take a big gulp of water after you've eaten or during. So that will help digestion as well. So getting back to the hydrochloric acid and enzyme production as it slows down when we age. The third thing you can do is think about taking a digestive enzyme, a plant digestive enzyme. So taking an enzyme about 30 minutes before your meals will actually jumpstart your digestion and will give your stomach more of those beautiful enzymes that are going to break down your foods, break them down into the vitamins and minerals so that your body can start to absorb them and give you that nutrition. So let me know. I can help you out finding a good digestive enzyme. I can suggest something for you. The fourth thing I want to talk to you today about and digestion is your state of mind when you're eating. So that's a really big one. We all do it. We eat when we're rushed. We have such a high stress in our lives. We're always so busy. The state of mind is really important. And when we are stressed, when we're worried, when we've got fears, when we're working out issues, and we're thinking about that while we're eating, we don't digest properly at all. Digestion really slows down, and all these issues start to come up. And again, you're going to start feeling bloated and gassy because your digestive system just is not working at the capacity and at the efficiency that it can. So really slow down your meals. Think about what you're eating, taste the food, smell the food, put your fork down between bites. Having a peaceful, happy time to eat is really, really important for your digestive system. So state of mind is a really big one. The fifth thing I want to talk to you about today is adding in some prebiotic foods and probiotic foods. So increasing intake of these foods. So like prebiotic foods are your fruits and vegetables, bananas, anything with lots of fiber in it. These are foods that the microbes in your stomach and your intestinal system really thrive on, and they need this food to grow. And so what the microbes do in your body is they actually help to break down foods. They help to absorb and the nutrients that come from the foods into your intestines. And they also produce toxins as well. So these toxins that are produced can create more bloating and gas. Now, we're talking about the bad bacteria in the gut. So adding in the prebiotic and probiotic foods will actually increase the good bacteria, and that will actually take over and help balance out the gut, basically. So as I mentioned, the probiotic and prebiotic foods help with absorption of the proteins and minerals and vitamins that you get from your food. So they're really important. So adding in foods to your meals like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, kefir, plain yogurt, chutneys, things like that, and fermented vegetables. So adding in that on a side dish to your meals will help with digestion as well. So quickly, just to recap, those 5 things that can help you with bloating during menopause and perimenopause and your midlife. Think about what you're eating at meals. Have smaller meals and have your fruit before your dinner. Drinking your fluids also before dinner, or just taking sips of room temperature water, not cold water. Possibly taking a digestive enzyme before your meals. Your state of mind while you're having your meal, and thinking about those side dishes. So adding in some wonderful probiotic and prebiotic foods to your dishes. That's all I want to talk to you about today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.